It's your favorite dope chef, Chef Jay Fuego. Welcome to another episode of Synful Pleasures. Now, I've been getting a lot of DMs, a lot of messages about this recipe and how to do it. So I decided to go ahead and write it down, and we're gonna bring it live to Synful Pleasures to show you how to get down with this dessert. Tonight's episode, we're gonna do Jay's Twisted Apple Crisp. It's a quick go-to dessert. Takes about 40 to 50 minutes. Takes about 10 to 15 minutes just to prep. The rest of the time is just cooking and smelling good and just got your whole house smelling like winter time. I don't know what it is about apples and cinnamon, but I love it. So definitely we're gonna get it popping right here in this kitchen. If you like the show, if you like recipes like these, and you want to see more, go ahead and hit that bottom right corner and go ahead and subscribe. Have subscribed. Thank you for checking back in. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank you for loving the show. Thank y'all for sharing the show. If you haven't followed the Facebook, definitely check us out on Facebook at Synful Pleasures. We also got an Instagram jumping at Synful Pleasures OKC. And as you guys can see, I'm putting everything down here at the bottom for you guys. Check us out. Everything is going to be in the bio as well. Also, we got a TikTok. Follow Synful Pleasures at TikTok. I'm about to start putting content on there as well. So I'm finna stop doing all this talking. We're finna get to the good stuff, the sweet stuff. This is Synful Pleasures. I'm your boy, Chef Jay Fuego, and we're finna get to these apple crisps. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
All I do is keep my foot on X, apply pressure. I can't even see the comp, they can't even measure. Yeah, I got the Midas touch, I'm a hidden treasure. You are now tuned in to Synful Pleasures. All I do is keep my foot on X, apply pressure. I can't even see the comp, they can't even measure. Yeah, I got the Midas touch, I'm a hidden treasure. You are now tuned in to Synful Pleasures.
Let's go.
All right, peoples, welcome back to the show. Like we said, we're finna get ready for this twisted apple crisp. And as you can see, I got all the ingredients besides the infused part, which I'll show you guys later in the show where to input it if you choose. First off, we need 1 cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of cornstarch, a 1/4 cup of flour, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, half a lemon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, and 1/2 tablespoon of nutmeg, 3 baking apples, no matter the baking apples, your preference. Last but not least, we need 1.5 tablespoons of butter. All right, you guys got your ingredients. Let's get to this cooking. First and foremost, with the apples, we want to start off. We want to get those all peeled. Make sure all the peels is off. You do not want peels in this. I promise you, it will not taste good. So let's get those peeled and sliced. All those good and sliced, nice thin slices. And let's go ahead and preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Let's go ahead and start melting our butter as well. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our sugar. We're gonna add our cornstarch, our vanilla, our cinnamon and nutmeg, our lemon, our brown sugar, and then we're gonna give that a nice stir. And we want to make sure all of those flavors combine. Make sure all of the cornstarch and the sugars and everything mix with those apples. And we're going to get that ready to go into our skillet with our melted butter. It's going to be so good. All right, now that we got our apples sliced, we're going to go ahead and start to place those in the pan. So we want to make sure that our pan is hot and our butter is good and melted. Once the butter is melted, we want to gradually add those to the pan. Don't worry if it feels like there's too many apples going into the pan, because once those apples begin to cook, the moisture will begin to release out of those apples and the apples will begin to shrink. So don't worry about that, guys. Once we get those apples in the pan, give them a good stir. Make sure that the butter is coated all over those apples so we can make sure that the heat is generating through those apples nice and evenly. And once we get all of those coated, let it sit and let's get our crumble started. All right, for the crumble, we want to make sure that we have cold butter. You want to make sure that your butter is as cold as possible for this crumble mixture. Then we're going to add our flour. Make sure it's spread it throughout the butter. Then we're going to add our sugar. Then we're going to add our cinnamon and nutmeg. Then we're going to add our brown sugar. Then we're going to crumble it up, and we want to crumble it till it's a grainy mixture. Not too doughy, but a nice grain mixture, something like this. Once you see it, you'll get the feeling of it. It should look like this. Now let's get back to the apples. They should be releasing the liquids from cooking and simmering and should be combining with that cornstarch and cinnamon mixture that we got going on, which is going to lead to our next point. And now we're ready for the star. Shout out to Graves Farms for the infused grapeseed oil. We got 800 milligrams in this tube here. We're going to microdose this apple crisp dish at about 250 milligrams. So we're going to gently and we're going to evenly distribute this infused oil throughout our apple crisp topping and our mixture. And we're going to gently mix that in because our apples should be getting tender and we don't want our apples to break. So we're going to gently, evenly mix that infused oil through all of that. And we're going to add our crumble on top. Now, don't be scared. There's no such thing as too much crumble. To me, it makes a better apple crisp. So we want to make sure we gently and we evenly put that and distribute that crumble all across the top of that apple crisp filling. Once we're done putting all of the topping on top, we're going to open that oven up. And we're going to pop that bad boy in the oven for about 35 minutes. We're going to cook that until you start to see the crumble with a nice brown topping. Once we get that about 35 to 40 minutes, you got the star of the show right there, baby. Check it out. Now, I don't know about y'all, but we're about to do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Jay's Twisted Apple Crisp, topped with a caramel waffle cone ice cream. And did I mention? Y'all see it, y'all see it. That's only one thing we got to do, and that's dig in, baby.